There's not much light tonight because I have this light that is not very powerful. Anyway, kind of atmosphere. What is real success when you upload videos? Is it hits? Is it likes? Is it having positive feedback through comments? No, it's I think real. Wait, if you want money, having a lot of hits, yes, that's successful. But what is real success also in life? The also the Italian meaning of a succedere is to happen. All is you do something in order to something else to happen. To happen means also to change, to create something, to change things according to your view of what should happen or what is the right way, the way to go, whatever. I mean, according to your inner true beliefs, views, opinions. If you succeed mimicking what other people are doing, impersonating other people, following the trend, that's not success the way I see it. That is jumping on a bandwagon. What is the problem with a lot of YouTubers? All the videos look like they resemble a lot. It's like the same person, the same voice, more or less the same tone of voice, but a different face, different clothes, but the same thing, the same editing, the same exaggerated tone, the same being a ham, the same nonsense, the same hot hair, the same bullshit. People having language contests that have nothing to do with contests, pulling out slips of paper with something. That's the kind of things we used to do, not even in our 20s, in our teens, in parties when I was younger, in the 70s, early 80s. Then we're supposed to grow up and do other things. It seems that a lot of what you see on YouTube panders to not to teenager, but to people who still have a teenager set of mind. As I said numerous times, there's nothing wrong with retaining something of our past. We keep our personal past like we keep our historical past, but being confined to that state of mind when things change is not good. If you are 30, you have lived for 30 years, you have an experience of life, your body all look in a certain way, and you should behave accordingly. I don't say, oh, behave seriously, behave like an adult, behave like our natural growing. There's the word childish, childlike. It means we associate some behave to a certain age, when you know that puppies behave different from adults, even dogs and animals. But when we have a whole society and a lot of what's going on the web, which is a part of society, that disregard natural evolution of our psychology, our mind, and keeps us stuck in a frame of mind that is associated with puberty or even infancy or early teens, something is wrong, something is amiss. A lot of these videos are frankly stupid, and success is being yourself. For example, for everything there's a psychological reason. It's your experience. Am I quite argumentative? I'm pig-headed, but my pig-headedness is the result of I watch a lot of things. I get a lot of information, and when I develop an opinion that is the result of hours of being exposed to videos, obviously it's subjective, but at least I've done some research. When I see people dismissing my opinions without the necessary laying the ground, the necessary research before, surely I'm argumentative. I shouldn't be. Why? Because they don't deserve my attention. But at least I react in a dismissive way, and sometimes it's good to be dismissive of people who need to be dismissed. But in my videos, my attitude, that is, I try to find good synonyms when I speak English, because I like speaking English, and I like contentious, quarrelsome, disputatious, belligerent, stroppy. Stroppy is a bad word. Contentious, quarrelsome, disputatious. Well, I am. So I will never project myself as a diplomat or a person who is kind, like English people, they tend to avoid direct confrontation. I like direct confrontation. So if I have success is through videos that represent my attitude, that every time you have something it is deeply ingrained in you, it's expression of yourself, is never, and this thing is really something you believe in and is part of you, this is the thing you should use to succeed. So every person who thinks, well, how to succeed, and think, I'll do that because this person succeeded doing that. If the person really succeeded doing that, has done the opposite of what you are doing, that it was himself, and what works for him doesn't work for you. Surely, it doesn't mean we don't see what other people do, but I see that there's a lot of monotony, and people don't have an open mind. They don't think outside the box. All this video stuff for languages is quite stupid. Not all, most of it, and it's not great in material. It's not material that's really geared to have a maximum efficiency for language students. Surely, if you're exposed to a language, you are bound to learn that language. But how time effective is your exposure to that video? What did you learn? What language went over your head and was useless? It's like a medicine. It's something that is the effective medical substance, and all the rest is useless. So how much effective medical compound is there in language videos? Many times very little. The approach is like reading a book. If you're explaining to me things, sorry, like a book, I prefer reading a book because a book, when you read, you go 4 times faster, and in order to get information, it's a more effective way. But it's not an effective way to practice listening in real time. So if you explain things to me, let me read them. Mainly when you explain in my language, well, I prefer read it with my internal voice than listen to your voice. Many times is not even a good accent, because many times Italians try to teach English to sometimes they teach English and they have a thick Italian accent, and that's why I think, and I recommend, do and upload what you really like, what is an expression of yourself. Don't be wary of exposing yourself, because I tell you, in the art department, you succeed only till a certain point if you're not personal. Being technical, being a copycat will bring you only up to a certain level, and then you will be one of the many. I tell you, people who succeed are not necessarily best technically. I don't say, oh, I don't learn your technique or whatever. I say that what is important is if you are conveying a message and you are doing something that people haven't heard before. Originality and being yourself. And being yourself is very close to originality, because every person is different from another person. Obviously, nobody is so good up from the beginning that can skip the learning part, listening to what other people have been singing, what other people have been doing with the guitars. It's very important. But then you sift through that. You let it, like a wine, let it rest, repose, and you come up with your own stuff, which is also not, because also the person you've been choosing, like examples, are similar to you. They'll never be like you, and you let these things go down into your subconscious, and little by little you'll develop your personality. And obviously, having a good technique in singing, I speak about the things I know, and playing the guitar helps you bring forward you who have inside, because you have done the technical means to do that. You will never do, but the technical means are not the goal, are the means. The goal in art, in a good art, is always expressing something new that is also at the same time something of yourself. And when I also do something linguistically, I try to do something that is linguistically interesting, but obviously I bring something of myself. So a person who is a musician or like sport, it's normal that will bring something of himself or herself into the videos, without speaking only about music or about sport or whatever. But I appreciate when people don't hide their true self for some reason, without projecting only themselves in a without being in your face the whole time. So it's a balancing act. But being true to ourselves, being ourselves, without projecting our ego, that's a difference. It's very important. So many times my videos are not that, but one thing I think people understand, that I am honest. What I say is what I think. I don't pander to some kind of audience. I don't pander to anyone. I just myself. And I think this is a winning act. Being yourself without looking for hits, being out for blood, for money, whatever. You like people to put likes and all this stuff. Well, it's better to have the real attention of a few people who really estimate you than having all these people that most likely are stupid. Because if you do and you make stupid people, you're going to have a lot of likes and a lot of feedback. And now it sounds like I'm full of myself, full of shit, whatever. But this society is intrinsically stupid, and I said several times, and I'm really convinced this society is stupid. That means most of the people haven't attained a spiritual, a cultural level, self-improvement. I'm not speaking about spiritual religion because I don't believe in bullshit called organized religion. That's the biggest scam in the whole world. Has been going on before the invention of banks and firms, whatever, or great secret societies. That's even before, and it has always helped the big powers and the status quo and the establishment. Okay? Okay, this is a video, a long-winded video, where I express another side of what I really think. And I made no bones about this. I said I upload videos about stupid ukulele players in a stupid society, stupid videos in a stupid society, and this is videos of looking for success, a shallow success that doesn't fulfill you. Because the real success that makes you happy is having succeeded with what you really think, what you really do. That's sometimes say, play that song, play the other song. No, I want to succeed. I know it sounds snotty and haughty, whatever, and but I really want to make it my own way. Goodbye.